Are back. We are back. We went live last night. We're going live tonight. 2 nights in a row, we're live. Kind of what I want to talk about in this video. Some of the cool stuff that's happening with our online course. Some moto talk for all of you gurus back in the moto world. Answer some questions about some technique. Talk about why we're building our online course. Talk about what else are we going to talk about? I don't know. We're just going to jive it up for like 10 or 15 minutes. Get some people on, see if we get any of the same people. Yep, we got same people already from last night. So anyways, we're going to cut it up a little bit tonight, see if we can get this stream out here. You guys share this stream if you can. I think there's a way of sharing this stream, so make sure you guys are sharing it out there. I wonder how I share it. Can I share it? Create post, send in. Yeah, I don't really know how to share it on my stuff, but I think you guys can share it pretty easy. Good. How you guys doing? I'd like to know how you guys are doing, where you're from. Make sure you guys give this a like. I remember last time we did a stream, like if you guys hit the like button if you're watching this, it really helps push it out there. So if it's like lots of likes, I think we get a lot of people on here and we get to talk to a lot of people. So make sure you guys are blasting that thumbs up button if you can. There's 20, right now there's 30 people on here, so I'd like to see 30 likes. Appreciate it, guys. It's blasting up there. Thank you. Hi from Dallas, Texas. So, guys, I just want to talk a little bit about, I've got a few questions on, like, a few course questions. Had a few dirt bike questions today, like what bike do I buy questions. Had a couple technique questions that came through the emails. And so I figured I'd just hop on here, and maybe it's the same people asking, maybe it's not, but I'm sure it's information you guys want to hear. So first we'll kind of go over the course stuff. People are asking why I'm doing a course over doing private coaching and group coaching. Well, I'm going to do both, but I'm doing the course to try to reach more people, right? There's more people out there in the world that we're not necessarily connecting with, and so I want to get good technique out to the world. I want to keep people safe. I want to keep people in a good place. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. So the big answer on the course is, for a small amount of money in comparison to what it takes to get coaching, you're going to be able to get, what would be equivalent to like $8,000 of coaching with myself. So I just had to do it. Build a course, make sure you guys all get better, and do it to it. So make sure that you guys follow the link there. Actually, I wonder if I can comment the link. Top chat, live chat, none. All messages are visible. Let's see if I can comment anything. Let's see. Thought I could comment, but maybe I don't know how to use this thing. But anyways, I can put users in timeout, so don't even try me, because I can definitely put users in timeout. From Denmark, okay, cool. What you got, Dirt Bike Levi? I want to answer your question. 2 days in a row, the live streaming back, I love it. Yeah, Etch, man, you know what? I love you, Etch. You're always here to support. Always here to support. From the beginning. We haven't had many people stick around from the beginning OG like Etch. British Columbia, timeout. All right, so we had someone ask, I still have one more lesson. When can I do that? Well, Dirt Bike Levi, you should probably book that one. I've been here for a while. How long you been here, Bad Wolf? I'm selling my CRF80 so I can get a CRF 150. Good job. Those are good bikes. I am from Oregon. Nice. You guys hit that like button if you're on here and you haven't hit that like button. I think it helps get it pushed out into the world. I'll sub if you say hi. Bob Jane, you know that you're already subbed. Don't be trying to trick me into giving you a shout out even though you did it on purpose. I got what you did right there. I'm not sure a while is all I know. Love all the vids and tips. We're going to keep them coming. I know that for a fact, Jack. Sorry, my dad's out there yelling at his dog, I think, outside. But anyways, wanted to answer a few questions. I had some questions on dirt bike stuff, and we've put out a few videos on what bikes to buy. I think, you got to really kind of evaluate what skill level you're at. Hold on, we get some traffic coming up the stairs. I'm on a live YouTube video if anyone would like to join. So you got to evaluate what skill level you're at and then base your bike off of that. You know, ultimately, when you're new into riding, you should be buying something that you can learn how to ride the bike correctly on the easiest. That's going to be typically the slowest bike. Kind of sucks that it's not super fast and super cool, so to speak, but I will say the speed definitely holds you back on trying to get your technique dialed in. So if you're going to buy something new, rider, buy something slow. If you've been in it for a while, if you ride 450s, maybe you go back a bike, get on a 250, slow the pace down a little bit, build the foundation, get back to the 450 in a year or two, and ride the rest of your life happily. How to do a wheelie. We got lots of videos on how to do a wheelie. You need to come out to New Mexico and do a class. I can set something up for you. Ronnie, send me an email. If you guys were on last night, you know that I actually was booking camps all day today. I booked camps all the way into May, but we still have open spots in March. We still have an open spot in January. We still have an open spot we have 2 open spots in April. So if you guys are wanting me to come out your way for camps, now would be the time. And we're basically doing like an ambassador program for that, where anyone that helps set the camp up and promo the camp in their local community gets the camp for free. So if you want to come out and ride a free camp, but you want to do a little footwork and be involved with the team, then now would be a good time. My email, the email that you want to send it to is mxfactory254@gmail.com. I'll leave it once I post this channel. I'll keep this live on the channel so you guys can reference back and find that early bird wait list for the course, and also our email for camp stuff. So what is my favorite track I've ridden on? I can tell you Oak Ridge in Iowa is really sweet. It's a really fun track. Also, Redbud's fun. I really liked Millville. You guys may be familiar with these tracks since they're on the pro circuit. Monster Mountain's a really good track. We actually booked a camp in May in Monster Mountain. So if you guys are in the Alabama area, be on the lookout for that one. That one's going to be really good. Three Palms isn't my favorite. Definitely not my favorite, but it's not a bad track. What is the best bike for a new rider? How tall are you? I want to answer this question from Christian Vega. How tall are you? Ever rode in Idaho? Yeah, I was just in Boise. So, yeah, I did a little private school up in Boise not too long ago. Nice. My son did a lesson with Trey at Spokes. Trey is a great coach. Trey is doing good. He's making a lot of progress. He's a great coach. You're right. 41. How tall? Is that 41 inches? Because you're going to have to translate that. We're dumb Americans here. Miami MX Park. I have not been to Miami MX. I've heard of Miami MX, but I will say that just today we were communicating with the guys that just bought Okeechobee MX down there close to that, and we'll be doing a camp there. We have a call with them tomorrow, so we'll be doing a camp there. Once I get the first 6 months of camps lined out, I'm going to kind of post our Moto camp tour. We're going to do, like I said, 24, maybe even more than 24 camps next year. So basically what I'll be doing is the online stuff. So when people are booking the online courses, like our Technique Masterclass, we'll have a Facebook page. And so I'll be moderating that Facebook page and answering questions for people that are going through the course. And then I'll do those 24 camps and then do some private lessons back home. And that'll kind of be what I do next year. So I'm super into coming to tracks that we can get a good rider base at and getting some lessons done. Let's see, there's a lot of comments here, so let me look through a little bit. CRF 150 good for practicing ramps and whips. Yep, almost all race bikes are good for practicing that. 4-1, I think Christian might be saying. That would be like maybe a 110. KLX 110 would be a good beginner bike. All right, let's look through here. Am I going to Colorado? I probably will go to Colorado this year. Have you ever came across a Karen while riding? Well, most of the moto dads are Karens, if I'm going to be honest. So the answer is yes. Not most, like 25%. When will you come to Three Palms? I will not be coming to Three Palms anytime soon, I don't think. Do you like men? Carter, come on, dude. Most of the camps that I'll do will probably be out of state for a little while. And then when we come back around 2023, we'll have some really big news for you guys, and we'll be back local for a while, and the idea will be bringing you guys into our facility here. So 2022 will be out of state and country. 2023 we'll be back home. So you're a positive influence in Mexican community. That's really nice, Chris. Thank you. Are you going to Mini-O's? No, won't be at Mini-O's. Too many crazy mini dads. What is your favorite dirt bike brand? I like them all, man. I don't discriminate. Have you ever rode a Brokeback Mountain? I have not ridden there. I've ridden Monster Mountain, and I assume that you live real close to Brokeback Mountain, so maybe a place that you visit often, but I don't go there. AJ goes to Winchester, New Hampshire. How about you? Nope. Haven't been there yet. I'm 47, never on a dirt bike, only quads and street bikes. I have a YZ250FX. Order, do you think that will be too much bike? No, I don't think it will. But I do suggest, like, Dustin, you're like the perfect example. I'm not just saying this because it's mine. Really look into buying the Technique Masterclass and doing that, especially if you're going to. In fact, if you do that, make sure you send me an email and tell me you do it so we can track your progress from never really riding dirt to doing a full 3 months of training on your own with no coach in front of you, just some videos, organized, and see how good you get. I would love to follow that journey. So if you decide that you want to do that, please keep me in the loop. Have you been to Castillo Ranch? I grew up with Danny and Dave. It's funny, Dave, so I do a little stunt work. A lot of you guys don't know about that, but Dave was on my first ever stunt job here in Texas on a Ford commercial, and so we became good friends after that. So I haven't been out to his place. I don't even know if he's still doing anything out there, but it definitely looks super cool. All right, Dustin, that's a deal. Don't promise me and then back out, because you're like the perfect candidate for someone that's never really developed bad habits and that could get in and create good habits right away. And I'd love to see what kind of progress you make. You know, because a lot of times we're trying to rewire the brain and the bad habits. So anyways, I'm holding you to it. How many bikes have you had? Too many to count. Right now, in this very moment, we probably have like 27 or 28 bikes. A lot of those are for our Learn to Ride program, though, so only a few that I ride. I have ridden Buffalo Creek. Awesome track. Is the Honda 250, 230 any good? Yes, I love those 230s. Not as good as the KLX, the new one at least, but they're probably second best to Honda. The gyro, yeah, Bad Wolf, the gyro definitely does work, but you need a jump big enough. You need enough RPMs, and there's some variables there. You can definitely get it stuck out there, especially if you clamp onto the bike and squeeze it really tight. But the gyro of the front tire adjusts the back end a lot too. So if the front tire's turned the opposite way and you don't do it correctly, the easiest way to get the bike back if it's too far out is turn the wheel to the inside. So kind of the opposite of what you would typically do. We call it a turn down. You should partner up with SRK Cycles. What is that? Is that a shop or something? Austin Kesty, there you go. Worst injury I've ever gotten from riding. All right, I'll tell you guys a little story. This is going to be it, and I'm probably going to call it a night. This story's kind of a nasty one. So I think I was like 13 or 14. And you know how it is when you're a kid and you get out of school for the summer. It's super exciting. You just want to do all the stuff right away and have a good time. And my good time at that time was riding dirt bikes, right? So the first thing I did when I got out of school for summer was geared up. We had a track in our backyard, and we just built this really big double, probably like 80 feet. Big, steep, tall face. I would like equate it to like a Supercross finish line, but longer. And I I had just gotten on 125s, and so I had like more power, and it was just like easier to jump and all those things, right? And I had, I don't know, great day riding, rode till dark basically. And then I was out kind of after everyone else stopped riding, and I was jumping this jump over and over. And I was like just starting to learn how to whip a little bit too. So it was like one of those things where I was just kind of like pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, trying to get it further out there, whatever. And I had the thought of doing like the old one more time thought. And I don't know if I ever actually even told anyone I was going to do it one more time, but it was that thought in my head. It's like, oh, I'll go hit this thing one more time. And so I hit it one more time, and I was riding a CR125, which is the biggest piece of junk to ever grace planet Earth on 2 wheels. And no disrespect to anyone that owns that bike. It's just slow and stuff. So anyways, the bike bogs going about halfway up the jump face, and I'm leaned over to do a whip. And when it bogs, that gives me a big kick because I'm sitting down. And so I get kicked over the bars. Long story short, come up a little short, kicked over the bars. It knocks me out. Okay, I'm out for a little while. And I wake up. No one's around. But my leg is laying on my shoulder. Okay, so I'm laying flat on my back, and my leg's on my shoulder. And I'm not a very flexible person by any means. And so the fact that it was there was, one, I'm coming out of being, knocked out for a minute or two at least. So I'm kind of like, oh, where am I at? And then I'm like really discombobulated for the fact that my leg is on my shoulder. And so I broke my femur, and it gets worse. I broke my femur, and then I realized that I landed in, I don't know if any of you guys have ever been in Florida. If you live in Florida, you know that the fire ants there are basically like cows that can bite you. They're huge, and they're deadly, those things. I landed in a big fire ant pile. And so not only was my femur broken, laying basically on my shoulder/arm, and I couldn't move, I was in an ant bed, and there was no one near me. And so basically everyone runs over, and they realize that I crashed after a couple minutes, runs over, and they can't move me because the femoral artery is like real sensitive to, if you cut it, you can bleed out real easy and no one will know. You just kind of die, right? You bleed out internally and die. So they can't move my leg, and they're just dousing me with buckets of water from the creek. They've got buckets of water trying to get the ants off of me until the ambulance can get there, and the ambulance gets there. And they put me in the ambulance, and, we kind of, whatever, move on. A little scared now. Don't be scared. But I would say the worst part of that injury was having the ants on me, not necessarily the actual crash itself, which obviously was really bad. But the fact that I was stuck in an ant bed, I mean, like, if anyone's ever stepped in one of those things, you want to get out as fast as possible. You're, like, dusting yourself off and, like, doing all the crazy stuff to get all this stuff off of you. And I wasn't able to do that, obviously. So, hey, I ordered Thai food. It's probably been ready for about 20 minutes. I don't know if you want to go get it or not. So, anyways, yeah, that one was the worst one. And then, obviously got through that and didn't die from the ant bites, but I was super itchy. And I don't know if you've ever had surgery before. I went through all, like, the crazy medicine they put in you, but it makes you real itchy. So between the medicine and the ant bites, it was not a fun time. And then 1 year later, almost 365 days later, I broke my other femur. And that one was kind of equally as traumatizing because I was, the painkillers will make you itch everywhere. Yeah, exactly. That one was equally traumatizing because I was leading a race in Las Vegas, and so I was like getting ran over a bunch. I didn't knock me out, but I was getting run over a bunch. So it was like 40 people behind me off of a jump, getting ran over a bunch. But anyways, 2 bad ones, which is half the reason that I do what I do right now, is to keep people from crashing and hurting themselves like I had to go through. So, those are the 2 doozies. But anyways, it's been 20 minutes. I don't want to ramble on here too long. It's good hanging with you guys. I'm going to try to get on these lives a little more often. You guys let me know what you think of them. If you want to hang out and do some live stuff, I'll try to get on here a little more often. It's 2 nights in a row. It's kind of crazy. I haven't done one of these in a year or more. So anyways, Make sure you guys show some love after this thing posts. If you got some comments on it or whatever, share it to people. Do all the stuff. Give it a couple more likes before you bail out of here. And we'll be back on live. Make sure you check out the early bird waitlist. I'll leave it in the comments of this video. If you can't track it down somewhere else, it'll be here. And get this technique masterclass, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to be next level. But sending all the love to you guys. I really appreciate the support. I always have and always will. YouTube was never going to be like a thing for me, but it is now, and I appreciate the opportunity, and it all comes from you guys. You guys are the ones that keep it pushing forward by paying attention to our stuff and getting better on the dirt bike. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for the love.